Hi, Beck Mack here for Popsart, and I am here for Trace. Trace is the biennial exhibition and auction that takes artwork, top contemporary artwork, and puts it into the street, the cafes, the bars, and maybe even the chemists of West End. Now, tell us about the work you're bringing to Trace. This is it here.
It could be called boobs. It could be called sag.
Let's talk about it. Riot, Don't Diet has a direct relationship to the landscape of West End. Can you talk about the inspiration for this?
Yeah, well, I walk my dog Tilly every day, and I walk the streets of West End. And
It could be called, there's things related to boobs.
up on Dornoch Terrace, in the footpath, was this message.
There's one called Jugs.
Okay,
Yeah, so I imagine it's one of those.
Jugs, boobs or sags. Fantastic.
It said, "Riot, don't diet."
Well, after Cronulla in 2005, everyone knows what I mean when I say Cronulla. I started seeing car stickers and T-shirts and just tags on things that just said "love it" or "fuck off."
Well, it's like in a playful way, Pope Alice came to me. So it's like an encounter with difference, with the other, and obviously with the extraterrestrial.
This is the most powerful, remarkable image. You've got a Nike ball heading for the face of Kim Jong-un. I mean, he's leaving a plane.
Yeah, so we went and visited him, and as we were leaving, he pulled a big branch with a yellow flower on it, and gave it to me.
A really important and significant part of his life. When he was a young boy, his father was taken from the home.
It's sort of a revisit of his work back from the 60s, so that more abstract style of art. Yes. The focal point for these works are let's make love, not war.
How do you feel about that idea of taking artwork out of a gallery context, putting it into everyday spaces that humans and maybe a few extraterrestrials inhabit?
Well, I've been doing it throughout my whole career. When you think of Alice Jitterbug and Pope Alice, public art, and this, public artwork, I think art has a role to play, and that is connecting with people.
How does that make you feel to have your work in those public spaces?
I think it's fantastic. To see them in that context.
Well, it's about hopefully it's about generating a conversation
And having people in a garage, that was just amazing.
That was hot.
Yeah.
But it's about activating a space and have that space activate different kinds of conversations that wouldn't happen if the work wasn't there.
The workers there, had to engage with this art. They had to, and it challenged them, So, and they got to realise that there was something about art, other than it just being a plaything of the rich and famous.
Immersing it into the community in places where they would chance upon it, and then having to think about why is it here, what does it mean, and just thinking about it for 5 minutes is probably more powerful than seeing it in a gallery space.
I love that. I've always kind of pitched making work in unusual spaces, peripheral spaces, marginal spaces, because that's where the decorative lives. Yes. And that's where decor should be. So I'm quite excited by that as a place for them to end up, because I like to see if they hold their own.
Is it going to change how we perceive it?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, like I was saying before, the interest in this series and this work in particular is really what interpretation the viewer brings to the work. So to take it outside of the gallery space and to put it in a context that's entirely different to where it would normally be seen, it just kind of furthers that a more exciting and more left of centre interpretation of the work, and I couldn't be more excited for that.